This is so funny. I didn't plan this at all. I mean, the way this is coming in, my face is there. This is the nothingness. I am not Tracy right now. Yes, of course I am in full embodiment. But truly, I am nothingness. And in that nothingness, we are everything, right? Okay, so the thought that was happening, let me adjust that so you at least see some of my face. Only so it's not so creepy to people, I guess, is why I do, because I have to admit, you don't need to see my face. It's not a matter of me. None of this is for me, although it is for me, because the more that get this, the better humanity will be. And this shit comes out in rhyme, let me tell you, every damn time. When open and soul and one with everything, blocking out the noise of the world, it just happens naturally. Some have called it the mouth of God. It's the back of your head. I saw a great description of it, but maybe I saw it in dream because when I searched for it to share it, I couldn't find it. And I swear I just Googled it the first time too, but obviously in dream. It was the most badass depiction of what happens. And I thought I even saved it. Again, it might have been a dream thing. That happens sometimes because this world and that world are just as clear. When I was outside, open, clear, sitting in the sun, it's so radiant today and it feels amazing as always. We've had a lot of clouds and rain recently, so to see it again so nicely instead of in spurts, because around my home I get it in spurts, but most people don't get to even see it for a little bit while it's thick like that. Anyways, it's been there all day, so it feels great. I was outside, okay, and open, and just trance meditation. I don't even want to call it meditation. It's more open, just one with everything. Not thinking of the dramas, even though I can feel this underlying agitation. Dang, it is the weirdest thing. And I think, is this me? Because I'm fine. Like, life is really just wonderful. It's not me I'm feeling. And once you know yourself, you'll know this. You'll know when it's incoming or when it's going out. Just like with myself, if I'm excited, I can feel it in my cord area going out. And I have a scar right there. So, and I think I've said this before, if not for having that surgery at that young of an age, I would have blocked out everybody's everything and not even tried to connect. I'd probably have the one or two friends that I have that are close, even the ones that don't speak for very long, and then they, check in or I check in. We just know we're busy and we're not needy and like codependent, all of this for online like this is huge for me. Like I wrote this out and oh look, I'll videotape it. Then I don't even have to make you read it. Some people want to though, but these videos are so much better. Like I've quoted, a picture's worth 1,000 words. A video is worth 1,000 pictures. Whew, I'm all over the place. Apparently got a lot to get out. Well, the thing that came to me outside is what I want to express anyways. All of this is my personal choice, and it's only to bridge gaps so that maybe, just maybe, it helps something. All of these experiences have led to right here in the synchronicities that have happened. I wrote them out. I'm not even going to bother to explain it here. All I could do is laugh. Here's the thing. All these people, when we're talking about rainbow, indigo, depending on the group, we choose those moments. We can choose any level of them. And I'm still sticking with what feels right within on a knowing level that minerals within our body, when they are not depleted, then you get to go to another level, if you will. If you have depletion of minerals, you're only going to fire a certain color. This is all theory. I've never heard anyone else talk about it. If someone else is, I would love to hear their concepts as well. People that are indigo have a higher level of a certain chemical. If you think about how a fire burns, and if you put different chemicals in it, it burns a different flame, right? So, multivitamin, a very good multivitamin has been utilized for many years, 20 years, no, maybe like 15 years. It's from pure plant plant combinations. There's nothing else added to it. It's in its most natural form. Food is not the highest quality of minerals anymore. Even if we're eating organic, etc., you have to be very careful about your balance. If you're eating a lot of raw, like I do, or vegetarian, you have to be very careful about this balance. Well, then add to it, we live where we live. We have access. We're blessed to have access to any number of minerals, vegetables and fruits, but there's some villages that don't have those, and there are some people that live where they don't have access to, every variety of plant, vegetable, fruit, whatever. So it's very important if you're not getting that on a food level, or you simply choose to eat, that's not balanced that way. A multivitamin from a pure source is very wise. What I noticed is when all of my minerals are balanced, which they are right now, when I crave magnesium, which happens a lot because of the energy movement that happens a lot here. That's my choice to do, right? So I have to replenish my body a little bit more. And the earth has a lot of magnesium in it. And since we're from earth, blah, 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 a lot of people are deficient in that particular mineral. So it's very important for the highest spark, the best spark, whatever, the ideal spark, the diamond spark, the no color, the everything, right? My base might be, and at the time was, when each seer has connected, they each see something different. At my base, I am rainbow, okay? So, but then along the way, then it was white, and then it was crystal, and then diamond. When I first heard about that diamond level, I didn't understand it. Now I do. And especially with my little guy, he's often gifting me things at just the right time on a synchronicity level, let me tell you. He's feels as if he's reading my mind. I don't talk about what I talk about in here, so he has to. And sometimes if my brain's really going, he'll get to going blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry you hear this. He's so sensitive. So then I get quiet again. It's the 3D thing in the groups. But again, if I sit silent, this doesn't help anybody. If any of us sit silent, it doesn't help anybody. And like I wrote out, it's almost easier not to. I have so much I could be doing. I want to paint again. I did draw out yesterday. Two pictures came out for depictions to paint because I can't pull out all my oils so easy with the little guy around. At the same time, that's my own limitation, so I'm just going to make it happen. And I've missed having my studio set up in that manner. It's been set up for homeschool for a while. I've placed focus in that direction in a big way and put my stuff aside for a little bit, which is fine. But I also played on the side. It's just not the depth that I want, because for that depth, I need the music going and no interruptions. Or at least I think I do. Maybe I don't. See, look at me all processing out loud so that you learn how you can process out loud. And maybe in somebody watching this, you already know, and that's awesome. I'm so glad that we're finding people that are there so that this learning can keep happening and growing and growing and growing the way it's going to anyways, right? So in the meantime, back to all that color stuff, we can choose it. There's times if I get upset, then I'm in my red. If I'm all heart center, it's green. If I'm, whatever it might be. We're back and forth all over the place all day long. That's why awareness is important. That's why consciousness is important. It's very important to simply be conscious of your own behaviors, my own behaviors. Nothing more. Why is this pissing me off? Well, it's a freaking scene and a half coming out in front of me. Just, whoa, what the heck's going on? Well, okay, why is this scene even happening? Is this something I need to even interject in? And I get it online. I don't always want to step in, but again, I could keep my mouth shut and then nothing changes. Even if the person that, the feed that's happening, even if the person that's in it right now is not getting it, somebody else is watching on the outside learning because they're not understanding why they too want to, whatever. Why are they responding? Or why are these other people responding the way they are? And why is it that my boss is this way or that way? I mean, like so many people really are dealing with all these same things. These minor moments online are just small snippets of what's happening out there. And then at the same time, when I go to town, everything's peaceful. Everybody's helpful, loving, kind. And then there'll be one person. Or, and it's not very often, it's every once in a while. So we can't place focus to just that one or two people. We have to broaden out and look at the bigger picture that most people are good at heart. Most people are kind. Most people are loving. Are we all going through something at one time or another? Yeah. That's why people snip. That's why people don't feel well or whatever. It doesn't mean that they're bad people, that everybody has a moment. Now I'm just rambling, I'm certain. This would be the third video. I wonder if I'll release all three of them today. Of course, the three. I've got a whole slew of other things I've got to search within as well. It's all interesting when you're right in the middle, especially with the extra I have going on with our oldest son. I know he has good in his heart, and he's going to do good with it. And any level of good that comes to us will all be for the matter of helping on the good side. Because that's the only way we're all going to survive this shift when all the other on the bad falls. The economy or politics or whatever area you want to talk about. It's very important for us to sit in our heart center and do what we need to right here, because each one of us that is successful for the good side will be able to just seamlessly, right? When that happens, when that gap happens, right? There are already great companies out there that are doing great. They give back much of what they earn. One company, 90% of their earnings is gifted back to companies that are doing it right, that are debt free and not part of the uh, system. Debt free. Those companies are doing the best right now. The, they are the ones helping the other companies begin. So again, whatever your passion is, get started on it. That's the focus that can be. Whatever your desire for purpose for that puzzle piece, to fill that puzzle piece for you. And we can be anything we want. I say, see, you're a shaman. Sure, it's a base, but that doesn't mean that's all I am. I'm all these other things too, and better yet, I am nothing. As you might hear, my little one's coming, so off to the day. Much love to you, precious treasures. I see art, and I know you're seeing it too.